Kathy Schulman, it's so great to have you here for our last night. Throughout this festival, we're going to see this array of talented female filmmakers. And yet, that is what I find frustrating. It's like, well, what do we have to do to sit at the table?
I think in a certain way, we need to be myth busters. The notion that a woman can't direct a certain kind of a movie, or is too busy raising children to even direct a movie, or can't be a wife and a mother and a filmmaker at the same time, or can't understand or embrace a story that, you know, is action-oriented. It's a whole bunch of myths that have built up over time, and I think that all of us with voices, everybody working in the industry today, both in front and behind the camera, you know, needs to speak up and demand their media.
Well, this is going to be interesting now. We're talking about a woman that really, you know, changed history, Kathryn Bigelow, with The Hurt Locker. I guess the big thing is, you know, a woman made a war movie. It is significant. It is different.
It is. You know, there's been a long time association that women are only interested in writing and directing, you know, films about specifically female experiences and often interpersonal ones. And here comes a filmmaker who makes this big, loud, courageous movie about soldiers and ticking time bombs. And it's not a surprise, I don't think, because all of her movies leading up to this have been really adrenalized films for audiences of both men and women. But this incredible focus on the experience of a particular man, putting, you know, life and death in every decision. You know, everything he does in the entire film is a momentary and absolute life versus death decision. What an interesting thing for a woman to decide to focus on. And also, again, in the scope of films, you know, shining a light on history. I didn't know about the role of, you know, these people. Bomb diffusers in the war, and yeah. And making it dramatic, you know, still being an entertaining film, but also calling attention to you know, to something. I thought was very interesting. Some of the camaraderie. Yeah, her investigation into male brotherhood. Yes. I mean, how interesting, a woman getting so deep into camaraderie and brotherhood and that kind of support that's necessary in this, you know, kind of a circumstance, and so well, I think, observed. I thought one of the interesting things about the film, too, in watching it, was that it felt like a sleeper hit in the sense that the movie came out, I heard about it, I heard it getting good reviews. It was not at the forefront, oh, a woman directed this, until it started to get awards and nominations, and then the focus shifted. And I wonder if I don't know, if you could just speak about it. Well, I think it's probably a good thing. I mean, the fact, I mean, I guess what we're all striving for is that, you know, whoever did it, whether it was a man or a woman, why was that even necessary to be part of the conversation? But the surprise that it was a woman is both kind of wonderful and scary. Like, people were so full of complete, you know, surprised and couldn't believe it. How is it ever possible that a woman could have done that? And I mean, really, it was kind of an overreaction, if you ask me. Of course a woman could do that. What can't a woman do? You know? In a sense, she made the movie, and the only scrutiny that came is, you know, when it started to call attention, which again, as we talk about this in terms of history, it's like women quietly making their films, making their art, and it's after the fact that men have to adjust their point of view and say, how do we feel about this? As opposed to just letting the film come out and having it be a great film about an interesting subject. So we're going to watch this film now from 2008, the movie that gave Kathryn Bigelow the Oscar as Best Director of the Year. Here's the TCM premiere of The Hurt Locker.